Take a look at this fraction raised to the fifth power. At first glance, this might seem like a complicated problem that would take forever to solve by hand. But what if I told you there's a simple rule that makes this type of problem incredibly easy to solve? The power of a quotient rule is exactly what we need, and by the end of this video, you'll be solving problems like this in seconds. The power of a quotient rule is a fundamental method in algebra for simplifying fractions that are raised to an exponent. This rule provides us with a systematic way to handle these expressions efficiently. When we have a fraction raised to a power, like a over b raised to the power n, the power of a quotient rule tells us exactly how to simplify this expression. The rule states that we can distribute this exponent to both the numerator and the denominator separately. The exponent n applies to the numerator a, giving us a to the power n, and it also applies to the denominator b, giving us b to the power n. This is the key insight of the power of a quotient rule. The exponent applies to both the numerator and denominator. This distribution property makes it much easier to work with complex fractional expressions. This rule allows us to distribute the exponent to each part of the fraction separately, transforming what might seem like a complicated expression into something much more manageable. Understanding this distribution concept is essential for mastering exponent rules. Understanding why the power of a quotient rule is important will help you appreciate its value in mathematics. This rule isn't just another formula to memorize. It's a powerful tool that makes complex mathematical work much more manageable. First and most importantly, this rule dramatically simplifies complex expressions. Instead of wrestling with complicated fractions raised to powers, we can break them down into manageable pieces. Second, this rule is fundamental in both algebra and calculus. In algebra, you'll use it constantly when working with rational expressions and solving equations. In calculus, it becomes essential for derivatives and integrals involving fractions. Third, this rule is crucial for solving equations that involve both fractions and exponents. Without it, these problems would be nearly impossible to handle efficiently. Here's a more complex example that shows the true power of this rule. Imagine you're working with this expression in a calculus problem. Without the power of a quotient rule, this would be extremely difficult to handle. In summary, the power of a quotient rule is important because it transforms difficult problems into manageable ones. It's your key to success in algebra, calculus, and beyond. Master this rule, and you'll find that many seemingly complex problems become surprisingly straightforward. Now that we understand why this rule is important, let's examine the actual formula that makes it all work. The power of a quotient rule has a simple but powerful mathematical expression. Here is the formula. When we have a fraction raised to a power, it equals the numerator raised to that power divided by the denominator raised to that same power. Let's break down what each part of this formula means. The letter A represents the numerator. That's the top number in our fraction. The letter B represents the denominator. That's the bottom number in our fraction. This is the number that divides the numerator. Finally, the letter N represents the exponent. This is the power to which we're raising our entire fraction. There's one crucial restriction we must always remember. The denominator b cannot equal 0. Division by 0 is undefined in mathematics, so this rule only applies when the denominator is not 0. So remember, this formula tells us that when we raise a fraction to a power, we can distribute that power to both the numerator and denominator separately. This makes complex calculations much more manageable. Now that we have the formula clearly established, we're ready to understand the intuition behind why this rule works the way it does. Now we move to step 2, applying the exponent. This is the heart of the power of a quotient rule. When we have a fraction raised to an exponent, we must apply that exponent to both the numerator and the denominator separately. Here we have our general form, a fraction a over b raised to the power n. The key insight is that this exponent n must be distributed to both parts of the fraction. Notice this exponent n. This single exponent will be applied to both the numerator a and the denominator b. The exponent applies to the numerator, and the exponent also applies to the denominator. Both parts of the fraction receive the same exponent treatment. This transformation gives us a to the power n in the numerator and b to the power n in the denominator. The single exponent has been distributed to both parts. See how both the numerator and denominator now have the exponent n. This is the key transformation of the power of a quotient rule. Now let's see this transformation in action with some concrete examples to make this concept crystal clear. First example, 2/3 raised to the fourth power. The exponent 4 applies to both the 2 in the numerator and the 3 in the denominator. Second example, x over y raised to the third power. Again, the exponent 3 is applied to both x and y separately. Third example, 6 over x squared. The exponent 2 applies to both the constant 6 and the variable x. The key insight to remember is that the exponent always distributes to both the numerator and the denominator. This is what makes the power of a quotient rule work. Never apply the exponent to just one part of the fraction. In every case, notice how the original single exponent becomes two separate exponents, one for the numerator and one for the denominator. This distribution is the essence of step 2. Now we're ready for our first example. We have the expression 2/3 raised to the fourth power. Let me break this down for you. We have a fraction 2/3, which is our base, and we have the number 4 as our exponent, which tells us how many times to multiply the base by itself. Our goal is to find the simplified value of this expression. We need to apply the power of a quotient rule to solve this step by step. In the next step, we'll apply the power of a quotient rule to solve this problem systematically. Now let's solve this step by step. We start with 2/3 raised to the fourth power. Step 1. We apply the power of a quotient rule. This means we raise both the numerator 2 and the denominator 3 to the fourth power separately. Step 2. Let's calculate the numerator. 2 to the fourth power means we multiply 2 by itself 4 times. Step 3. Now let's calculate the denominator. 3 to the fourth power means we multiply 3 by itself 4 times. Now we can write our final answer. 2/3 to the fourth power equals 16 over 81. Notice how we applied the exponent to both parts of the fraction separately, which is exactly what the power of a quotient rule tells us to do. Now that we've solved our first example, it's important to understand exactly why this method works. The key insight is that when we raise a fraction to a power, we're distributing that exponent to both the numerator and the denominator. Let me show you visually what's happening. When we have 2/3 raised to the fourth power, the exponent 4 must be applied to both the 2 in the numerator and the 3 in the denominator. This is the fundamental principle of the power of a quotient rule. One of the most common mistakes students make is forgetting to apply the exponent to the denominator. They might correctly raise the numerator to the fourth power, but leave the denominator unchanged. This is incorrect and will give you the wrong answer every time. Remember, the power of a quotient rule requires you to distribute the exponent to both the numerator and the denominator. This ensures that you're correctly applying the mathematical principles and will always lead you to the right answer. Now that we've solved this example, let's reinforce the key concept we just applied. Notice how we took the fraction x over y raised to the third power and transformed it into x cubed over y cubed. The critical insight here is that we need to apply the exponent to both the numerator and the denominator. Watch as I highlight exactly where the exponent of 3 was distributed. This is the fundamental principle of the power of a quotient rule. We must apply the exponent to both the numerator and denominator to simplify the expression correctly. Understanding this rule deeply is essential because it ensures we follow mathematical principles correctly and avoid common errors in algebraic manipulations. This rule becomes incredibly important as we work with more complex algebraic expressions, polynomial operations, and advanced mathematical concepts. It's a building block that supports much of what we do in algebra. Remember, the power of a quotient rule works because exponents distribute over division, just like they do over multiplication. This consistency in mathematical rules is what makes algebra so powerful and reliable. With this solid understanding of how the power of a quotient rule works and why it's important, we're ready to tackle our next example, which will show us even more applications of this fundamental concept. Now for our third example, we're going to work with a more challenging expression that involves a variable in the denominator. Here's our problem. We need to simplify the expression 6 over x, all raised to the power of 2. Let's break down what we're looking at. In the numerator, we have the constant 6. In the denominator, we have the variable x. This makes our example more interesting because we're dealing with a variable rather than just numbers. And the entire fraction is raised to the power of 2, which is our exponent. Our task is to simplify this expression using the power of a quotient rule. Remember, this rule tells us that when we raise a fraction to a power, we raise both the numerator and denominator to that power separately. This example is particularly important because it shows how the rule works with variables, not just constants. The process is exactly the same, but we need to be careful with our algebraic manipulation. In the next section, we'll work through this step by step to see exactly how the power of a quotient rule applies to this expression. Now that we've solved this example, it's important to understand why this method works and how it applies to algebraic simplification. This works because we are squaring both the numerator and the denominator separately. When we raise a fraction to a power, the exponent applies to each part of the fraction independently. Remember, this follows the power of a quotient rule. When we have a fraction raised to an exponent, we can distribute that exponent to both the numerator and denominator. This technique is extremely common in algebraic simplification. You'll encounter it frequently when working with rational expressions, solving equations, and simplifying complex fractions. The key insight is that exponents distribute over division, just like they do over multiplication. This makes complex algebraic expressions much easier to work with and simplify. Now we're ready for our most challenging example yet. This problem involves a complex expression with multiple variables and exponents, showing how the power of a quotient rule applies to more advanced algebraic expressions. Here's our problem. We need to simplify the expression x squared y cubed over z to the fourth power, and this entire fraction is raised to the power of 2. Notice how this expression is more complex than our previous examples. In the numerator, we have x squared times y cubed. That's two different variables, each with their own exponents. In the denominator, we have z raised to the fourth power. So we're dealing with three different variables in total, each with different exponents. And here's the key. This entire complex fraction is raised to the power of 2. This outer exponent will apply to every single term inside the parentheses. This type of expression commonly appears in advanced algebra, calculus, and physics. The power of a quotient rule will help us systematically simplify this complex expression by applying the outer exponent to each component. In the next section, we'll apply the power of a quotient rule step by step to transform this complex expression into its simplified form. This example perfectly demonstrates the core principle we need to master. When we have a fraction raised to a power, the outer exponent must be applied to each and every term inside the parentheses. Here's the general pattern that applies to all such problems. Notice how the outer exponent k multiplies with each individual exponent inside the fraction. The exponent k distributes to every term. A to the m becomes a to the mk, b to the n becomes b to the nk, and c to the p becomes c to the pk. This distribution is the heart of the power of a quotient rule. Mastering this concept is absolutely crucial for your mathematical journey ahead. In advanced algebra, you'll use this rule to simplify complex polynomial expressions. In calculus, it becomes essential when finding derivatives of complicated functions. In physics and engineering, you'll encounter scientific notation problems where this rule helps you manipulate very large or very small numbers efficiently. The pattern you've learned here will serve you well in all these advanced topics. Now that we've worked through several examples together, it's time to recap the key takeaways from the power of a quotient rule. These are the essential points you need to remember and apply. The fundamental formula is the heart of everything we've learned. When a fraction is raised to an exponent, we distribute that exponent to both the numerator and the denominator separately. Remember our systematic three-step approach. First, identify the fraction and the exponent. Second, apply the exponent to both the numerator and denominator. Third, simplify the resulting expression whenever possible. We've successfully worked through various types of problems, from simple numerical fractions like 2/3 to the fourth power, to algebraic expressions with variables, and even more complex expressions with multiple terms. The most important insight to remember is that the exponent distributes to both parts of the fraction. This is what makes the rule work, and why we can confidently apply it to any fraction raised to any power. You now have a solid foundation in the power of a quotient rule. Whether you encounter simple numerical fractions or complex algebraic expressions, you can confidently apply this three-step process to simplify any fraction raised to an exponent. Congratulations! You've successfully learned the power of a quotient rule. Remember, when you raise a fraction to a power, you apply that exponent to both the numerator and denominator separately. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more math tutorials. Your support helps us create more content like this. Do you have questions about exponents or fractions? Drop them in the comments section below. I love hearing from you and helping you work through challenging problems. Also, let me know what math topics you'd like to see covered in future videos. Remember, mathematics is a journey of discovery. Every problem you solve builds your confidence and skills. Keep practicing with the power of a quotient rule, and soon you'll be tackling even more advanced algebraic concepts. Great job today, and I'll see you in the next video.